Yeah, that's good. We're live. We're on the Garage Happy Hour. We're back. We are back. We are out in the garage, in the elements. A little chilly, not too bad. I think 43 degrees is what my Garage Happy Hour monitor says right here, thermometer. So here we are. Look at this. We've got Jesse Finney. We have Troy Cardona. We have the Garage Happy Hour celebrating Budweiser Guns and Hoses because we get to do it now to support Backstoppers. And we're very excited about it. Wednesday night, November 24th at Enterprise Center. We'll not only be there, but we are going to be broadcasting live a show on Fox 2. And Jesse, I'll start with you. You've been to KMOX with me. We've been in studio. We've chatted about this event in the past. Now we're taking it to another level. This is a first. I think we can hold it together, but it's going to be you, me, Hall of Famer Chris Pronger, Jasmine Huda, Angela Sharp, and a host of others doing a television show.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm a little concerned that what Pronger is going to say with a hot mic, but I think that we're going to be good. I think it's going to be top notch. 7 to 9 on Fox 2. I'm looking forward to it with you. Obviously, you're going to drive the ship, and I know you'll keep us under control, and we'll have a blast. It's going to be first class all the way.
We will do our best. Prong's one of the first guests on the Garage Happy Hour. In fact, I would say that it was his appearance that kind of vaulted us into another level. He, I think, was the third ever guest on the Garage Happy Hour back in April of 2020 when the pandemic started. So he and I have a long history. Gosh, we're about the same age. I started covering him at the start of his career here in St. Louis with the Blues, which is also the start of my career. So it's going to be fun to get back together with him. He's an absolute character. We're going to talk about the purpose of this event and why we are doing this. And joining us to talk a little bit more about it is Troy Cardona, and he's a circuit judge for the 23rd Circuit Court here in Missouri and is actually going to be fighting in this event. Troy, what brought you to that level?
Oh, about 20 years ago, I threw my hat in the ring, and somebody picked it up and said, sure, we'll fight him. And first time out, boy, I beat the heck out of this guy's fist. I mean, I bet he had to have his hand reconstructed the first time, the first guy. And then boxed, well, this will be 6th time. So 6-1. So I've lost some weight. I'm going to be on the run, I think. I don't want Jesse to make too much fun of me,
Yeah. All right. Well, let me stay with you for a second, Troy. What does it take to get yourself trained for a bout like this?
Oh boy, I've been, like I said, in it for 20 years and training people. I started training them probably about 17, 18 years ago as well as myself. And I have guys start usually pretty heavy in June, July, and then we take a break right around school, Labor Day. And then, we train about 3 times a week, pretty steady for anywhere from, 6 months to 3 to 6 months. And it's no joke, as Jesse knows. He's participated in MMA and boxing, and we have a mutual coach that has helped us both. And it's a serious, serious gig when you get in guns and hoses and step in that ring.
Yeah, going back to Earl Taylor, Jesse, when they used to train those fighters and get them ready and put them in front of us as a preview, I remember how important it was not only for everybody involved in Backstoppers, but for those fighters to put on a show. I mean, it is a great show and entertaining, isn't it? It kind of set us up how it looks and how many bouts there are.
You're asking me?
I think there are 5 bouts, Jesse, start at 5:30, and then 5 bouts start at 7. And
right. Yeah, and we'll be live from 7 to 9 bouts. I think it's 1 through 6 or 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 on the undercard. That's if everything holds together. Like we're hoping everything looks great so far. And then the other fights will be on TV from 7 to 9. The bouts on the fights on the undercard are on Fight TV, the streaming platform. They do all the big fights, all the Thriller, everything else that's going on, or Triller right now that's going on. They're a great organization as well. So, I mean, it's going to be an entertaining night. And then what we try to say to people is like, this is the Yeah, it's fights, and it's a lot of these guys start training, in April or May, but we don't forget the reason we're there, and that's for the cause. Number one, but I would also say, like, number two is Troy knows best. I mean, he's fought in it 6 times. It's all for charity. It's all for charity until you get in the ring, right? And then when you get in the ring, it is a true fight, right? I mean, it's they're there to fight. They are there to win. With mixed martial arts, with boxing, kickboxing, we've done in the past. It's top notch, and it's our 34th year. We raised $900,000 in 2019. Our goal this year is $900,001. If we can do that, it's spectacular for the whole organization. Everything goes to backstoppers, and we're just we're trying to keep this thing going. And we've lost a Jack Martirelli last year, who was one of the founding fathers of the start of this organization with Merle Taylor. And one thing that I'm very proud of as an organization is we don't just focus on where we're at now, and the people that are here now. We don't forget where we came from either. And I think that's very important. And that goes for police officers who have died in the line of duty, but also the people that started this organization. And right now, our executive director, Steve Holly, where we're at right now, we wouldn't be out doing this without Steve Holly. So, I mean, it's funny how it all, comes full circle and comes back around. And, you said Merle Taylor. What's crazy, and I don't think Troy even knows this, but my stepfather was a fighter as well. His trainer was Earl Taylor, who's Merle Taylor's dad.
Wow.
Which is just like how crazy and how small but big St. Louis is. And
it's a family. This whole scene, Guns and Hoses, and like the fight scene is like a big family. And what Jesse was talking about, the heart of people, it's like, yeah, it's a giving heart, take care of heart. And then now we got to compete. So now we get in the ring and boy, we pour our hearts out, and then somebody wins, and then you get out and you shake hands and pick the other guy up, and you go on and do it again,
Yeah. How much does the crowd electrify what goes on there, Troy?
Boy, I tell you, you had like my opponent. He's fought a few times too, and his name's I call him King Kong Cunningham, but our Sir Owen. Sir Owen is what I say to his face, because he's a big old boy. But we all the first time probably, whether you're the nervous type or not, get in there and think, I'm gonna be fine. I'll be fine. And then you jump up in front of 15 or 20,000 people. And you're like, whoa, like this is different, like nobody ever fights in that bigger crowds, not even professionals, and then you do it a few times. You kind of don't hear the crowd, but you want to hear your coach, so you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Because it's a tough game. You don't know until you really actually get in there and fight. When you're fighting, you got to stick to that game plan. You stick to that game plan. You don't hear the crowd you hear your coach, you're number one up, you're up one. But if you get that crowd to, intimidate you, or you can't hear, it gets you going, but it plays against you too some.
Yeah, I've been ringside before as a guest judge, Jesse, and when you're that close, it's unbelievable. I mean, I can't possibly feel what the competitors are feeling, but I'm close enough to them that I can hear it and feel it inside that building.
Sure, absolutely. And I don't want to steer off too much here, but someone like Troy that's been doing this for 20 years. Been a big supporter. I do want to give him I give him trouble offline all the time, and we're buddies and we joke all the time. But I mean, someone like Troy has truly changed his life in doing something like this as well. I mean, he's in phenomenal shape, not in a selfish way, but like, he's got out there and he's changed his whole lifestyle, to get into shape and to do everything he's done. And you don't see a judge fighting an FBI agent very often, but we get to see it on the Thanksgiving Eve. So
you have King Kong Cunningham to thank me for getting shape, because otherwise I'd be in real serious trouble. Maybe I can stay away from him a little bit. I hope so.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Now, like you said, the understanding of everybody involved, and it is a team for sure. I mean, you have everybody that's involved in the fights. You have the event staff. You have everybody that pours their heart into everything that goes on during the day. Everyone does it and drives it because they love Backstoppers. And that's what's in all of our hearts. And the same thing with the crowd. So when you buy a ticket to this event, you can do it at stlgunsandhoses.com. You know where this money is going. It's going to benefit Backstoppers. And Jesse, one of the beautiful things about Backstoppers, one of the many things, is, as you said, they support the families of fallen first responders. for a long, long time. They don't just do it once. They are with you, and they are with you for the long haul.
They are. And you, right this year, we're a tribute to 10 officers are fallen first responders, unfortunately. There's been years that we've gotten until October and there's been none. And this year, unfortunately, through the pandemic, there's been, we have 10 this year. So that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that we have to continue to give back to Backstoppers and to continue to fundraise and to continue to do all this. And, full transparency, there's a lot of boards out there that get paid. And you know what? Our board, we don't get paid. We're doing this for, for the right reasons. And it's just to give back to the community, all of us. And it's a pure passion of ours. If, you have family members that were police or fire or something else along those lines. And this is the biggest event in the country for police versus fire, something along these lines for boxing and MMA. So, St. Louis should be truly proud. It's something that we really should be proud of in St. Louis. And I know that, you've been there many times. A lot of other people, celebrities have been here and been like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. Because it's just not, like he's saying, it's not just the fights. It's we make this about the experience and entertainment purposes as well. And it's a place to be on the night before Thanksgiving. And it really is. And, the holidays truly do not start until first bell rings. And you can hear it and see it. And, the tributes beforehand and the bagpipes and the people that passed away in the past. And we do a lot of nice things for, to remember. And if you haven't seen the opening ceremony, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to love it. I mean, it's probably the best part of the night. So then
this morning, the word just kind of slipped out. I said, Steve Holly and Dave Stokes and Ron Battelle and a band of angels make this all work out. You know what? It's not a band of angels. It's a legion of angels that support these families of these fallen heroes. And it really does give you chills. It makes you get fired up to want to do this thing, And it doesn't matter whether you're a fighter or you're helping, in the background, taping people up or putting up posters or selling tickets or whatever you're doing. It's like, and the people just love the cause. It's in your heart.
Yeah, no question. We have been at KMOX, longtime supporters of Backstoppers. Just today, guys, I felt a lot of those emotions. I emceed the Medal of Valor Awards here in St. Louis to those officers across the region who have shown incredible acts of bravery and courage, the men and women who have saved lives, put situations from getting worse, taken criminals into custody, and done amazing things. And I listened and read their stories, and it's incredible what they do. I mean, every single day to protect us. So this is the least we can do, is to give back to those unbelievable families who support them. And that's the other thing that really struck me today, because the room was filled not only with officers, but filled with family, filled with friends, filled with people in law enforcement that are there for support, and we all are. And so that's what Backstoppers is all about. And make no mistake about it, it is an absolute party. I mean, it's Budweiser, Guns N' Roses for a reason. There's a lot of Budweiser that goes down in that building. There's a lot of AB products, Jesse, that get consumed in there. We will not be, however, when we do the telecast, we will not be partaking, maybe afterwards, but not during. Yeah.
There's a reason we're stopping at 9. On TV.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Brian Shapiro is going to produce it. He does the Cardinals games on Valley Sports Midwest. He and I have worked together in the past. I would highly encourage people to tune in to Fox 2 if they don't make it. But I would very much encourage you to get down to Enterprise Center on Wednesday, November 24th for this, 5:30 until 9. So the doors are going to open at 4:30, and that's important. You want to get down there, park, get in there, because as you both have mentioned already, the beginning is really the biggest part of it. I think is you want to get in there early, Troy, don't you? And really,
that opening ceremony is just spectacular always. And Steve, don't ever exaggerate. He said this year is just going to blow your socks off. So it's like you just got to be there. It's the atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. Backstoppers has assisted approximately 90 families with 70 dependent children. As Troy and Jesse said, 10 first responders are going to be honored during that ceremonial 10 count. It'll be the most recognized in the 34-year history of Backstoppers, which started in 1987 and has raised $9 million. So let me just throw out some particulars for you. I'm going to ask these two gentlemen for a final word and their final thoughts that we haven't covered. But Backstoppers, Budweiser Guns and Hoses, the website, and if Sam Masterson, our producer, can put it up there so that you can see that it's stlgunsandhoses.com. But really, if you Google Guns and Hoses or if you go to kmox.com, we have all kinds of links to it. But it's stlgunsandhoses.com is how you get to Budweiser Guns and Hoses. And there's still some good seats available. I mean, down in the lower bowl, you can get down in there. They're going to have some tables, I know, on the floor. I've talked to a couple people at the event today. They're going to be down there as close as they can get, hooting and hollering and having some fun. But you can get in there at an affordable price, take some friends, and just have an amazing time the night before Thanksgiving. Troy, just some final thoughts as you get prepared here. We're talking less than a week until the big day.
I'm just going to stay on my routine. And, I want to – you think this sounds silly. It's not silly at all. You want to do honor to these people who I learned a word. I knew it, of course, but never heard us use much. Intrepidly. These people who intrepidly gave their lives. They waded through fear-filled situations, whatever, with no fear at all, with all kinds of courage, and they laid down the ultimate sacrifice. So I want to pay tribute to them by my effort. And like Jesse said, if you win or you lose, it's the effort that you're working for and the effort you put in that ring and you leave there for each other. So, that's why we all do it. And that's why we love it.
And Jesse, I grew up a big boxing fan. I mean, my dad and I watched every fight we could possibly get our hands on. And to this day, I always try to go to fights. But as a boxing fan, I have come to appreciate through the years MMA and what it is. And we have some great features too. It's not just boxing. I mean, we have some great athletes on display at this event as well.
We do. We got some great athletes on display. We've got MMA on display this year. Last year or 2 years ago, we had kickboxing, MMA, and boxing, and it's all for the right cause, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it is. People do bingo and they do horse racing or they do whatever they want to do. Mouse races. We're in the fight business. Truly, at the end of the day, we're in the fight business, but we're all in it for the right reason. And we can't forget that. And 34 years, it's a rich history, and St. Louis is very proud of our history, right? So let's just keep this thing going, but a little bit better. Our goal, like I say all the time, is 900,000 and one penny. Personally, I want to raise $1 million. I know that's crazy, but that'll put us at $1 million, and it'll put us over $10 million. I'm not going to say that's going to happen this year. Things definitely look good, but the only way you can make a difference is get out and support us. We have a telethon going as well that night on Fox 2. You can call in and donate there. You can also come buy tickets. You can donate to Backstoppers and Guns and Hoses. Get out and make a change and make a difference, people. So we appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate everybody. Troy, you look awesome. Tom, thank you so much for once again all you do.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. There's nothing better in sports. I know we have a Cardinals, Blues, lots of fans watching us from all sports. When they ring that bell, there's nothing like it. So have some fun, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you on Wednesday.
All right. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks for joining.